Hey there folks, today's just a little update on the garden, a little walkthrough of what I've got growing at the moment. Also just put the meat chickens out into the chicken tractor, so I'll run you through what I did there, just a little clip to show you how I did it and how they're settling in. Put the new fence up for them and set up a heat lamp so the little small ones can survive. They're getting a bit cool at the moment, so I want them to survive a little bit. So I'll just grab the camera and I'll walk you around. I'll start off with the potatoes I planted a few weeks back, show you the progress on them. Here we go folks, this is the potatoes I planted in the bin a few weeks ago. I have done a little top up of soil, a little bit of garden soil, gone up a few inches in there because they grew a bit quicker than I thought, so I filled them up with a bit of tomato and vegetable potting mix. And as you can see, they're starting to poke through that. There's a few tall ones there, so probably gonna top that up today, so I'll show you what I'm using and how I'll do that. So this is the potting mix I'm using. It's just a growing mix with a bit of blood and bone in it. This costs about $4 a bag for this. It's just a cheap way to make more potatoes for cheaper, really. Just can fill it up a lot less for a lot less, sorry. Now basically you just tip some of your potting mix over the top of these flowers, around, spread it out, then we'll come back and we'll water that at a later stage. So here we have my Cavendish banana plant. I got it last week and it's grown. This new shoot, this new leaf here has grown in the past 7 days, although we did have a fair bit of rain to help that grow. I haven't watered it much since I've brought it. Yeah, so that'll live in the pot for about 8 more weeks, or 6 more weeks, sorry, and then I will be transplanting it over to where my capsicum is at the moment. I'll be putting it over there. It's looking nice and lush and green at the moment. A couple of little die-offs, but that won't really matter. Cut them off shortly. This is my dwarf Anna apple tree. Great for subtropical climates. As you can see, it's starting to just here grow little flowers, and hopefully with the right pollination they'll turn into apples. Last year I got 2 off this tree, but that was its first year of growing. This year it's had a bit of a prune back and dropped a fair bit of leaves, so and all the new growth is looking quite lush and healthy. Yeah, hopefully get some sort of crop off it this year. We move over to my potted lemon tree. So I had a bit of dramas with this in the ground. I've fairly clay soil here, so it was struggling a bit with nutrients and just wasn't putting on any growth, so I put it into the pot and we fed it up with some fertilizer and some blood and bone, and she looks apples now. She looks real healthy. Still got a little bit of discoloration, but I've got a nutrient blend I'm using at the moment, which is helping a lot, getting rid of the yellow and putting on all new green growth. As you can see, the leaves are actually coming in quite big, and there's quite a fair bit of new subtle stuff coming through, which will hopefully turn into big leaves like this, and then eventually we'll get some nice lemons off it. This was a gift off a chap at work, so it's really coming through for me at the moment. We have here a rosemary plant that I actually grew from a couple of snippets I snipped off the edges at work and peeled it back and brought it home, put some growth hormone on it, and just took off from there. This is about 12 months old, this little bush, and we always make stuff out of this. It would be roast potatoes, or sometimes you can do a skewer, beef skewer on them. They're quite tasty with beef skewers or lamb. Behind it is the capsicum tree I was talking about earlier that I really want to get it going. It does put out some, as you can see, it's got a fair bit of capsicum growth on it, but they don't really turn into anything. The fruit flies eat more than what we do, so this will be going, and this little box here that my pot made will be turning into we'll be refertilizing and re-soiling this and turning this into where the banana part will be going, the banana palm, sorry. And also we'll be moving this a bit over because I'll be making a new plot here and this will be in the way. We've got a bit of mandarin tree, which that is struggling. Again, had that in the ground, but it was struggling in the soil, in the clay soil, so I transferred it into a pot. I can add nutrients and got a bit better quality soil in the pot than I do in the ground, so it's, just keep feeding it up and hope for the best this year. Yeah, we've got a blueberry tree. I've had this one for about 18 months I think. 16 months, sorry. We got one fairly decent harvest off it last year, probably got about 3 punnets all up. But this year I'm hoping for a lot because the tree is actually about 120% bigger than what it was last year to get 3 punnets. So I'm hoping to get like 5 punnets off this little bushel, which would be quite nice. It depends if William don't get to them before we do, as he did last year. Got my Kifler potatoes. I'm getting attacked by some 28 spot lady beetles and a couple of other little bugs, as you can see, but we're just taking them off as I spot them. Feeding them up with a lot of sea salt and regular fertilising, good watering, and got some fairly good quality soil in there as well, so I'm hoping for a couple of kilos of Kiflers off this one. And we move across here, got peanuts. Now, this is my first time ever growing peanuts, but he seems to be doing fairly well. As you can see down here, we actually have quite a few peanuts. You can see them shelling out really good. They're all around the bottom. I don't really want to disturb it too much, but hopefully in the next couple of months, maybe a month or two, we can have a peel out of some peanuts and see what we get out of that. When I was at the Toowoomba Farmers Markets last week, I got a salad bowl. This is awesome. You can just come out here, cut what salad you want. This is their company, Two Gardeners. You can contact them at twogardeners.com.au. They'll do a whole different variety of salad greens and herbs for you. You can grow them on your kitchen bench, or I got mine out the back here with a bit of shade. It likes a bit of shade, not in full sun. Does like a bit of a water though. Don't know if you can see that there. At Two Gardeners, give these guys a bit of a shout out. They're based in Toowoomba. www.twogardeners.com.au. You can contact them, and yeah, it was really awesome. I got that for $20 at Toowoomba's Farmers Markets. It was really nice. We've had a few dinners off that so far. Also beside here, from Sustainable Seedlings, I got blue curled kale. That was $2, and I also got some purple sprouting broccoli. They come all fertilised up, ready to grow in these little newspaper pots you can see. Basically all you do is you just get your potting mix and you cut a hole in it with your little spade and pop that in there, give it a nice good water, and Bob's your uncle really. Give it a nice feed up, bit of sea salt or some worm tea or whatever you're using. And my raspberry bushel, which is going gangbusters this year. Last year I lost mine and my chickens got into it and pretty much picked all around the bottom of it, and yeah, uprooted the whole thing. Had to restart again this year. I'm hoping in the next sort of 18 months to get some raspberries off it. They do take a little while to get raspberries on from when I planted them, so we'll just wait. Hope, fingers crossed, and hope for the best. One of the best plants I got growing at the moment in here is sweet potato. Now look at this little couple of slips in there, and it is gone absolutely bananas. You can see there, you really cannot even see the bedding of the garden. This was just grown off a couple of slips. The slips are just these little end bits here. I cut down about 5 leaves, and then I cut the 2 bottom off and plant them straight into the ground, feed it up, and in about 6 months, 6 to 7 months, you get a nice, good, hopefully, good crop anyway. I had a little bit of a shelter on it, just so we had a fair few hot days during the end of summer. I didn't want it to burn the leaves, so sorry, pardon me. I also have a fig here, which is looking quite unhealthy, but I've been assured that it will still put out some fruit. But I got one off it so far, and it looks to be just, I don't know if you can see there, but it looks to be maybe ready to reef. But we just have to wait for it to do that. And we get some bugs that come in and like to eat the leaves, so that doesn't really help any either. And we got a little random mushroom growing there. And a couple of little chili from a beautiful lady at work. She gave me a couple of these, and I can see, I haven't noticed until today, we have got a little chili on. Now these will be going into my new veggie plot when I can get to the market to get the soil I need. I'll be having a chili section, so I have a couple of different varieties of chili going there, and that'll be the start off to both of them. I'm really hoping that they're both chilies. This one is definitely a chili, as you can see there. It could be a capsicum, it could be a sweet pepper, never really know, so we'll wait and see. Also got some oregano growing here, or oregano, depends on what part of the world you're from. Oregano here in Australia, it's nice with a bit of chicken or a bit of fish even. This is beautiful. Nice fresh herbs.